And that is why today I am announcing this government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that.
I hope you guys were listening, because it gets worse. So the gentleman that was speaking was Keir Starmer. He is the UK Prime Minister. He was put into office last year around July. And in that video, you heard what he said. It was like a staunch, get this or else. Get this, you're not working. Now, it gets worse because, of course, guys, if you don't get this digital ID that they are mandating, there are a lot of other things you're not going to be able to do. Now, I'm speculating that the digital ID is going to be job-related and not so much food-based, at least not yet. I don't think so. I can see that happening. I can see that linking every aspect of your life to the digital ID. But nonetheless, that was a hard, like, get it or else. If you ever heard, I've never heard anybody make it so straightforward in your face, get it or you're done kind of deal. And that's how that video went across. But guys, a lot of nations around the world are selling the digital ID as this faster, safer option to access your money, to get your medical records, to have all of your information on here and be safe from hackers. That is one of the things that I keep hearing them repeat in various speeches around the world with different nations. They talked about hackers. It'll be impossible for them to hack into. First of all, anything that's regarding digital world, the digital world can always be hacked into. There is nothing that hackers cannot break into. Nothing. There's no such thing as safe. Hackers can break into it. Now, the penalties of hacking into a digital ID is probably going to be out of the world, like out of this world. You're probably going to get like life in prison or something like that if you hack a digital ID. I could see them getting heavy-handed with the sentencing with digital ID. But as you saw in that video, he's giving you like this, you know, take it or leave it. And if you leave it, you're not getting work. And if you're not getting work, you can't eat, right? And if you can't eat, well, guess what? You starve. And that might drive a lot of people out of the UK, because as I'm looking at it, it doesn't seem like China, your social credit score drops, you're locked into that country. You can't leave. UK's not doing that, but I could see a lot of people leaving the UK because of that. So you have to wait and see what that's going to look like. Now, they said at the end of the Parliament, means the end of his term, this is going to be enacted. So they're just rolling it out slowly. But watch this video on how they try to sell it.
For it. Here in India, I think it's 1 billion people have digital ID. It's been taken up on a voluntary basis in huge numbers, not least because it means that you can access your own money, make payments so much more easily than is available with others. So I think now we need to go out and make that case of the huge benefits that this will bring. There needs to be a national debate about it, and I think that the more people see the benefits that come with this, the more, as has happened in other countries, people say that will make my life easier, and therefore I want to get on with it.
Now, this digital ID for work, apparently, if you are at a job right now, you're okay. But if you're starting a new position or a new job, you're gonna need the digital ID for that. So as long as you stay in your current job, it seems like you're safe. But if you happen to quit or you're looking for new work, that's where you're gonna need the digital ID, and that's going to obviously be a problem for a lot of people. Because listen, the UK had it up to here with the administration or the way the country's been run for the last, I don't know, 20 years. So they've been had it up to here. So the digital ID is going to be like the icing on the cake, which I can see a lot of people in the UK hand being forced to do something politicians are not going to like what's going to happen. I think I can see a lot of the UKians, I don't know, it's not even a thing. I can see those people rising up and giving the politicians hell. And when I mean hell, I'm talking about like, you know, kind of deal. So we got to see where this is going to go, but I can definitely see this turning bad for the politicians. So the reason for this, believe it or not, it's to stop illegal immigrants from getting work. Well, how about you head them off at the border? How about you round them up and kick them out? But to make your entire nation pay for the few that are there illegally is insane. And to say that, oh, we're doing this to protect everything they do when it comes to their agenda, it's always to protect the people. So this is supposed to protect the people of the UK, the citizens of the UK, and it's supposed to make it harder for illegal immigrants to get work. But instead of doing the right thing and again stopping them from coming across whatever border they're coming across, and once they're there, kicking them out should be the option. Not coming up with a digital ID that, as of right now, is just for work. And a digital ID, guys, can be upgraded to different levels. So right now it's going to be for work. And of course, you can still go to the hospital. You can still eat. According to what I read earlier, they said that you can still go to the hospital. You can still access your files. You can still, go to the supermarket and shop, get your banking, go to the bank, get your money. That's as of right now. The digital ID, like I said, a lot of countries are rolling it out slowly, and they're rolling it out with different aspects. Some digital IDs are going to be for the hospitals. I can see that happening. Oh, you can get your digital records faster if you have this digital ID when you walk into the hospital. Here in the United States, they want the real ID so that you can fly domestically. Then they're going to upgrade it to like work or banking access or hospital information. It always starts with the little things, and it always starts with the safety of the people. Has nothing to do with that. It has to do with control. Now, again, guys, I could see this. I could see the people in the UK absolutely pushing back. That is definitely going to be a thing. But the way the country is being run, and again, I've said this before in a few of my videos, you create a problem, you give them a solution. What was the problem the UK created? Letting all these illegal immigrants into their country, and then their solution was, oh, we'll give them a digital ID. Something we've been trying to implement in our society for the last 10 years. Now we got a segue in illegal immigrants. So we're gonna offer this digital ID for them to get. Here goes a digital ID, and now you can get work. And now we know that immigrants can't take work from you. So we created a problem and we gave you a solution. That's what I've been saying for a couple of years now. They're always going to, or rather, excuse me, about a year or so. They're always going to create a problem and present a solution. They presented a problem, Mr. 19, and what was their solution? The arm ticket. Well, who's that solution really for? The pharmaceutical company to make more money. The pharmaceutical company said that they can push out more vitamins, if you will. They can push out more supplements so that you can take because you started getting sick. These are the things, guys, that they are creating. And there are going to be more problems they're going to create around the world. Again, other nations are pushing the digital ID with different aspects. As you saw with the India video, he said that they went along voluntarily. They went along with no problems, and they saw a surge in people getting it. So I'm like, you're trying to sell people this thing that's not going to work. And it has a lot of drawbacks from it that they're not going to tell us. And we all know what the drawbacks are. The drawbacks is just complete control. So that no matter what you do, if they don't like what you do, they can cut off your access to whatever it might be. A vacation, a visit to the dentist, the doctor's office, money to your bank, food you're going to eat. There's a lot of things they could do with this digital ID. And as of right now, guys, the digital ID is going to be your phone. It's most likely going to be your phone. It's not going to be like, I don't think it's going to be a legit ID card. It's definitely going to be a phone. Here in New York City, or rather here in the United States, it's a card, right? It's your driver's license that says real ID on it with all of these features on it for safety reasons. But a lot of places are using the card. Now, Jamaica was pushing the whole digital ID and smart city right before Hurricane Melissa struck. There was a couple African nations that were talking about digital ID and how much easier it's going to be for them to access their money. I don't have any problems accessing my money now. I know that if you have a debit card and a bank account, you have ease accessing your money. How much more easily in this you need to get your money? I mean, what do you need it like that? Like if I snap my finger, it's going to be in my hand? No, it's not a genie, right? So they're selling you the speed of money when we don't need it that damn fast. They're talking about like a split second or some nonsense like that. Like, it's dumb. It's the dumbest excuse, and they're trying to sell us something to have more control. Essentially, guys, it's going to be a bracelet around your neck or your wrist, and you're locked into the system, and now you're owned by the system. Anyway, guys, this is The Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching.